Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. So today I will be showing you guys how you guys can get started with Java, which is another programming language. So to get started, you will first need to set up a code editor. So I recommend you just go to Google and search up REPL.it, and this should come up. And once you've made an account, you guys can simply create a new REPL project. So since we will be using Java, you have to type the language as Java, and then I'll just be calling this Java introduction. So basically today I will show you guys how I will teach you guys some of the basics of Java. So I will teach you guys about the most basic data types, how to create variables, and how to use the print statement in Java. So let's get started. So this is how a general file in Java looks like. Ignore the class, ignore the public static void main for now. Those are much more advanced, and I will be covering them in the upcoming videos. So right now, the first thing I will tell you guys is that Java has some very basic data types. So just like in math, we have variables like maybe x is equal to 5. So in Java, to be able to define these variables, we have to specify the type of the variable. So the types we have are int, which represents a whole number, so 5, negative 5. Then we have double, which represents a decimal number like 5.56 or negative 5.5. And 5 actually counts as a double because our computer automatically turns the 5 into a 5.0 if we assign it as a double. Then we have strings, which are just they're anything that are encompassed by in quotation marks. So if I put 5 in quotation marks, that will still be a string. And we have something known as a Boolean, which can only be assigned to true or false. So let me show you guys how to actually create variables. So to create variables, the general structure is that you write the data type, then you write the name of variable, then you put an equal sign and you give it the value you want. Additionally, we always end our statements with a colon for at least variable declarations. So let's practice creating some variables. So let's say that I want a variable called score and I want it to have integers. So how I can do that is that I will just type int, then I will type the name of my variable, which is score, and then I will give it a new value. So maybe I want to give it a value of 5. And once I do that, this works perfectly. Now, variables can be changed. So I can reassign the value of score to score is equal to 7, and that should work perfectly. However, what I can't do is that I can't write int score again. We only initialize the data type once. If we do this again, I will get an error. So this is how we basically create an int variable. Let's say I want a double. This will work because my computer recognizes that I want score to be a double, and I've passed in a 5. So it will automatically turn the 5 into 5.0. Let's say I gave an int of score and I gave a value of maybe 7.7. This will throw an error because I can't really turn 7.7 into an integer, whereas I can turn 7 into a double because I can make it 7.0. So hopefully that makes sense. So moving on, let me talk about Booleans. So to define a Boolean, we just type Boolean, and it can only have two values. It can either have a value of true or it can have a value of false. I can't give it any other value, and if I do, my computer will throw me an error. Lastly, let's talk about strings. So to define a string, I just write string with the capital S. I will tell you guys why it is a capital S in the later upcoming videos, as that is a bit more advanced. So we just type in string, and then let's say I put a number inside the string. That still works because it is within quotation marks. Let's say that I type a Boolean inside the string. That still works. Anything that's within the string works. So now let's move on to print statements. So in many other languages, like JavaScript for example, to print we use console.log. So every language has its own way of printing, and in Java we have two different ways. One is system.out.println, and the other is similar but it doesn't have the ln, so it's just system.out.print, and whatever we want to print we can put within these parentheses, and we have to have a semicolon at the end. So let me show you guys the difference. Let's say that I make an integer variable called score and I give it a value of 7. Now I can pass in the value of this variable if that's what I want for it to be printed. So I type in score here, and I type in score here. So to run something in REPL, you can just click the run button right here. So let's say I run this program. This is where I will see the result. This is my console. So you guys will see what the difference between these two different types of print methods are. So just waiting for my code to successfully run. REPL can be a bit slow at times, however, it's really easy to use and it's online. So as you guys can see, I have two different lines. My computer went through this line, it saw that I have score and I've given it a value of 7. Then when I said print score, it prints the value of score, which is 7. So it printed 7, then it actually went to the next line and printed 7 again. However, if I change this to just system.out.print and system.out.print, let's see the difference. This should also work. So let's just wait for my computer to run this program. So because I've changed the ln, you guys will see the difference. Now, instead of going to the next line, my computer just printed both the 7s right next to each other. So the reason for this is simple. System.out.println, what it basically does is that it prints a value, then it automatically goes to the next line, and then will execute whatever code I've said in the next line. However, system.out.print does not go to the next line. So the ln basically stands for line. It doesn't necessarily stand for line, but that's how I visualize it. So hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. This has been a very basic introduction to Java. In the upcoming videos, I will go much more deeper into Java. So if this interests you, please watch my upcoming videos. And if you guys liked it, please like, please subscribe, please share it. I would really appreciate that. If you have any feedback for me, please let me know. I will certainly have a look at it. And I really appreciate you watching. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Thank you.